Most of us have owned a cat or dog in our lifetime, but if you're considering purchasing a bird or exotic pet, watch the following. Birds. They can range in size from just a little over an ounce, the bee hummingbird, to a mute swan that can tip the scales at 50 pounds. Of the 11.2 million birds kept as pets in the United States, the majority fly somewhere in between these extremes. Birds have been kept for pets as centuries. They have fascinated people because of their colorful plumage, their musical songs, and the ability for many of them to speak. Birds can make marvelous pets, but whether the bird is going to be for a child or an adult, it's important for you to do your homework before purchasing your avian companion. One of the first questions to ask yourself is, what purpose do I want this bird to serve? If you want a bird that you can handle, you will want one that is hand-raised and tamed. If the bird is going to be a companion for a child, be sure that child is old enough to understand it is not a toy. Birds can bite. Depending on the size of the bird, the bite can be a decent pinch, but larger birds such as parrots and cockatoos can inflict severe injuries. Always supervise a child when it's interacting with a potentially injurious animal, no matter what species it is. Next, do you want your bird to bond to you, or do you just want the pleasure of admiring it? If you want a bird that's your buddy, jumps on your finger and rides around on your shoulder, a solitary bird is more likely to fit the beak. Birds such as parakeets do well alone, but can also be kept with others. Who isn't attracted to cockatoos and large parrots such as African greys? They're extremely intelligent. Greys can have spectacular vocabularies if you have the patience to teach them. The larger birds take a dedicated owner, one that has time, money, knowledge, and the space to properly care for these gorgeous birds. Big birds should not be your starter bird. Cockatiels are great if you want an affectionate bird that doesn't cost a fortune to buy, have a typical lifespan of 5 years, but have been known to live to 30. While I'm on the topic of lifespan, be sure that a bird is what the family wants. Since this addition to your family could live to be 100 years old, if it's a bird such as a macaw or conure, you need to consider who will take care of this friend if you're not around to do so. If you think that caring for a bird is basically giving it seed, providing fresh water periodically, and changing the paper on the bottom of its cage once a week, neither do not. Think again. Seed alone for any bird is not a balanced diet. No cage is big enough, and they can be noisy and destructive. Be sure you're ready for the commitment. Once you get a bird, it's for life, their life. They are not disposable commodities. Birds of all varieties need to have wellness examinations at least yearly by a veterinarian who is trained in avian medicine. Yes, we all learned some things about birds while we were in veterinary school, but a doctor who is well-versed and comfortable with treating birds is your best bet for providing the quintessential care your bird deserves. Where should you buy your bird? What bird is best for you? What can you do to ensure that you're providing the best care you can? Just ask your veterinarian.